Welcome to our coverage here at the RNC in Milwaukee. We are being joined by Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. Following what happened to Donald Trump, one of the most shocking moments in American history. He narrowly survived, and we're extremely grateful, but there's a lot of questions and a lot of conspiracy theories across the board. And it's hard to know which one's the most implausible because they're all nuts. How this guy even got on the roof where the police staging area is occurring with a weapon, with a clear line of sight, in and of itself is hard to believe. But there are a lot of questions that aren't being answered. And the Congresswoman, you've got some legislation. So you want to tell us where you're at with this?
Yes. So I serve on the Oversight and Accountability Committee, and we are bringing in Director Cheadle to the oversight room to have her answer to what went wrong, why President Trump was nearly assassinated, why he was millimeters away from death, why a supporter of President Trump lost his life at that rally, why others were injured, why Congressman Ronnie Jackson's son was grazed in the neck by a bullet nephew. Congressman Ronnie Jackson's nephew was grazed in the neck by a bullet intended for President Trump. And she needs to answer for this. We want to know the real answers of why this shooter was not neutralized, why this threat wasn't mitigated before something actually happened. We don't want to hear about slopes. This was one of the most ridiculous answers that she could have ever provided. She said that the slope was too steep to have snipers on the rooftop where the shooter was taking shots from. However, the snipers that were placed on the roof adjacent to him, it was a steeper grade. So I don't want to hear these excuses. I want to know why he was able to go there, why people knew of him some 26 minutes prior to him actually getting on the roof and shooting. And so we're going to do that in the oversight hearing. However, I have legislation that is defunding the director of the Secret Service. Look, we know that the job of the Secret Service is to keep the president safe. And she absolutely failed. She said that the buck stops with her. Well, I'm saying that the dollar bill stops too, because this was a complete failure all the way around. And so I have legislation drafted to defund her salary. And we need to get someone who's actually competent, not someone who is focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion. I think my colleague Corey Mills said it best. He was being interviewed and he said, obviously, we are seeing that DEI leads to DIE. Yeah. And that is what is happening all throughout America. If you look at our airline industry, if you look at our military, and now, unfortunately, even within the Secret Service. And I'm not saying that women can't serve or whatever diverse group that you want to include. I'm saying we need specific qualifications before these people are hired. And she is the one who is responsible for that.